Hi there. In a world where nothing is certain, that means anything is possible, right? If you want to fulfill your dreams and desires, you are in the right place. You absolutely can have a life of happiness. Everyone deserves an abundance of love, laughter, success, health, and wealth. I'm Tara Chadzakis, and you're listening to the Happy, Inspired, Motivated podcast. The show that brings you meditation, mindset, and motivation. So start by giving yourself permission to be awesome. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hi, and welcome to this episode of Happy, Inspired, Motivated. I want to talk to you today about money. Money. So money is quite a taboo topic. We don't like to talk about it. We don't like to talk about what we earn, how much we have in savings, how much we spend, where it comes from, what we do with it. We don't like to talk about money whatsoever. Well, especially here in the UK, I was always taught to not inquire about somebody's salary, how much they earn, because it was nothing to do with me. I was always told not to really talk about what I earned. So it made it feel like very taboo. And, you know, this is a societal thing. How often do you have these kind of open conversations around money with people in your family or your friends or people at work, for example, people that you work with? Do you know what they earn or what they spend their money on? Now, I'm not saying that to be nosy. I'm not saying, you need to ask people and find out and dive into their personal secrets and their trading habits and their spending habits and all of these things. But we are embarrassed to talk about money. And that makes us feel guilty if we're interested in it, and it puts a kind of shame on money, regardless of what kind of thing we're talking about when it comes to money. For example, I never knew growing up what my parents earned. I never asked them. They never told me. It never even entered my head to inquire. And I was always told to be very cautious with my money. So, never spend more than you earn, or always pay your credit cards off, or don't get into debt. Debt's a bad thing. And all of these kind of thoughts around money make you a little bit scared of it. And, why should I not get into debt? Now, of course, we're not talking about like hundreds and thousands of debt and this kind of thing. But, just saying always pay credit cards off, or neither a borrower nor a lender be, or debt's a bad thing, or talking about that kind of stuff, you get to fear that going into overdraft, for example, for a £5 for one day is a bad thing. You're naughty for doing that. You're naughty if you have a credit card and you use it, because it's all debt. But there's good and bad debt as well, like, for example, a mortgage is a good debt. But if you're thinking to yourself, all debt's bad, then you could be, and then you also want to buy a house, for example, your mind has got two different conflicting ideas, because it's thinking, okay, yes, we want to buy a house. We want our own place. We want this, we want that. And then you've got the other side saying, but that means you'll be in debt, and that's a very bad thing. And you're spending more than you earn, and you shouldn't be doing that. You have to earn the money first. So money is there's a lot of shame. There's a lot of guilt. There's a lot of worry around it. And working with my new coach, we were talking about my relationship with money. And I'd never really thought about being in a relationship with money. But if money was my lover, my boyfriend, my husband, my partner, how would I be treating him? Do I treat him with respect, or do I disrespect him? So let's say that I'm in a relationship. Well, I'm in a relationship with money. We all are. We're always in a relationship with money. We're always in a relationship with people, with things, with situations. And money is just an energy. So we're in a relationship with money all the time. Do you show up for that relationship filled with love and happy to see it? Do you enjoy going out with it? Does it make you feel safe? Does it make you feel secure? Are you happy to receive it, or are you scared of it? Do you worry that it's going to go away? Are you fearful that it's not going to show up when you need it? It's not going to be there to support you. It's not there in your times of need. Are you worried that if it's there today, it might not be there tomorrow? It might ditch you and leave you. All of these scenarios that you can think about in a relationship, worrying where it is all the time, concerned that it's not going to show up, that even though it's been there, for example, for the past 6 months, it was just a fluke and you don't deserve it to be there for the next 6 months. Whatever relationship issues you feel deep down are often reflected back in your relationship with money. Maybe you don't feel worthy of it. I was reading somewhere and it was, my self-worth is not reflected in my net worth. How do you feel about yourself? How worthy do you feel in your life, or do you feel good enough in your life to be able to show up in your business, in your relationships, generally, not just in money? And are you finding that feeling reflected back in the way that money turns up in your life? So your relationship with money can be very complicated. Let's look at some of the limiting beliefs that surround money. So, do you feel worthy or able to invest your money? Or is investing only for people who are wealthy? Are rich people greedy? Do they take more than they give? Are they selfish people? Do you feel embarrassed or uncomfortable charging people your value, your worth for your services? Is that because you think people will like you more if you charge less? Do you want to fit in and be accepted and be seen as a wonderful, loving, generous human being, not somebody who's greedy and rich and is only after the money? Is this causing issues with boundaries in your life? Are you the kind of person who has the disease to please? Do you always say yes? Do you take things personally? Who was the breadwinner in your house when you were growing up? Was it your father? So do you believe subconsciously that it's men that should be earning the money, that earn the most money? Money is such a taboo subject. People don't like to talk about it. But that keeps it mysterious. That keeps it cloaked and veiled. And it makes us feel as though it's complicated, that it's something that only financial advisors know much about. And we should really just stick to earning what we earn and sticking it in the bank. But that's not the way to talk about money. That's not the way to welcome money into your life. If you were money, so if we're talking about having a relationship with money, if you were actually the physical energy of money, would you go to somebody who, first of all, was afraid of you, didn't create a very loving environment for you? So they stuck you in a bank vault, let's say, for 6 months. They didn't look at you. They didn't talk to you. They felt uncomfortable to open up the door and look at you and acknowledge that you were there and thank you for being there. They didn't let you free. They hoarded you. They kept you for themselves all the time. And you can imagine that if you were money, you wouldn't be happy in that situation. And that's exactly how money feels coming to you if you give it this environment. If you don't offer it a loving, nurturing home, if you're not grateful for it showing up, if you're not happy to see it, if you're not celebrating that you have money, if you're not putting it back out into the universe for more good, for more flow, for abundance for somebody else. Every time you go to a store and you buy something, you're thanking money that you have it to be able to buy whatever it is you just bought. You're acknowledging the person that you bought it from. You're saying, thank you for providing this for me. Thank you for going out and grabbing those coffee beans so that I can sit at home and put hot water in a cup and have something to drink. You are giving to those people. If it wasn't for you buying their things, the products that they make or the services that they have, then they wouldn't have a business. And the energetic flow of the money would be stopped. It would be stuck in your bank account, in your energy. And that's not creating abundance around you. So be open. Feel free to talk about money. If you have money issues, don't be embarrassed about it. Acknowledge it. Own the situation that you may have created. Release the guilt, the shame, the fear, the worry. and then change it. Do something different. Start by investing £5 in something. Do something that you wouldn't normally do with money. Leave a tip when you go to a restaurant. It doesn't have to be 15, 20 quid. It can be a couple of pounds. It doesn't matter how much it is, but you're acknowledging that you feel safe, that more money is coming back to you. You feel safe enough to let some of it go instead of hoarding it and keeping it prisoner. Because once you do that, if you can imagine, as soon as you open the door, it flies away as fast as it can. So let's love ourselves enough to receive what we desire, what we dream of. Know that we're worthy. Know that we deserve to be abundant in love, joy, happiness, laughter, and money as well. And let's not make it so taboo anymore. Let's be open about it, and let's stop keeping it in the shadows, in the dark. Allow it to be in the limelight. Allow it to be loved as you would love a person in a relationship too. So sending you lots and lots of love. I hope you have a fantastically wealthy, abundant, money overflowing day. Thank you for listening to the Happy, Inspired, Motivated podcast. I'll be back next week bringing more meditation, mindset, and motivation for your happy and successful life. To find out more about our community, go to tarachatzakis.com/happy, inspired, motivated.